You guys are gonna love this. Puppy's on the couch, giving you eyes right there. Anyway, so I actually got to see this guy in person. Didn't talk to him because I was too nervous, which back in the day made sense. I was in my 20s and I respected him so much. He's just a journalist, it turns out. And it was like one of those things where he just read a whole bunch of crap, interviewed a whole bunch of people, and wrote a goddamn awesome book. And so it's called The Soul of a New Machine. I remember sitting in that. I was like, I was probably the only person that was awestruck in this whole goddamn room. There was like, we're in Las Vegas, and I don't even know which, the Rio or no, I think it was before. It was like the convention center shoot off. I forget what it was. Anyway, man. So I love this book, and if you ever have a chance, you should read it. Not because it's going to teach you something, but because it's going to teach you how the world used to work. I know the world has changed, and now everything is very, very, very different. But think about these days and be like, this is like me looking back to when I could have been able to fix my car myself. Like in the 60s, my dad could fix his own car. Now, I can't fix my own car. It's one of those days. Anyway, it's about a team trying to create a mini computer, which was a thing back then. Micro, mini, they had different stages, but this is like in between like a supercomputer and a normal like desktop. So it was like a mini computer is what they called them. I can't imagine what I'm gonna pop into, but I love this book. I was teaching grad school at the time when I read this, so I tried to get all of my students to read it. None of them read it, of course. Who would read it? You got a dorky guy telling you to read a book. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll just move on with my life. I wouldn't have done the same actually, but I understand why they did. So I'm afraid to break the back, so I'm going to be very careful. It's all yellow and stuff because it's old. I think it's the 70s. '82. So later into So I'm just gonna start on this one. I can start. Maybe I'll start here. I'll see. I'm just worried about breaking the back because I know it's gonna be tough. Oh, I could buy another one on eBay. So. It doesn't loop on fetch, Ed. That's in quotes. And Holberger in greeting. Shirt sleeves, jeans, corduroys, mustaches, beards, and need shorter length hair. Jogging shoes and hiking boots were in fashion inside the lab. When I was in a lab, nobody gave a crap. Actually, it was more of a grunge thing when I was there. Like not this lab, but a lab because I ran one for a while. It was basically like a flannel. I stood near the center of the room. I heard Ramsala cry out, "Whoa! What did you put in for an address? I'll float that much." Nope, I messed that up. Whoa, what did you put in for an address? I'll give you all F's for the hell of it. Whoops, that didn't help your float that much. Questions would be asked and never answered out loud. An engineer sitting alone at a Coke said, "The program blew away on me. I don't know what happened to it." But he seemed to be talking to himself. So that sounds like the kind of thing that you would... That makes absolutely no sense in the rational world. If I said any of that stuff at Microsoft, they would just fire me. I suspect back then, what they're actually talking about is they expect response from their program. If it's not even the program, it's the hardware. So if the hardware gets messed off, even if the program's perfect, everything's gonna get messed up. Yeah, questions would be asked and never answered out loud. An engineer sitting alone at Coke said, "The program blew away on me. I don't know what happened to it." I think this is one of those things that people may not understand about how software worked back in the day. It used to be more of a situation where it was hardware and software together, and if they both worked, then everything was perfect. But either one could go wrong. I'm trying to think. Like anytime I had to do a project which had input output with like as soon as I don't know, as a programmer, anytime you got the input output had something to do with something physical, there was like a 10% chance that something's gonna get weird. And you take the blame for that too. Kind of like this paragraph. It shows that yeah, it's not up to you. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes somebody else is wrong. That guy screwed up so much that your stuff downstream doesn't work. I don't know what else to tell you, man. I will reread this book. I love this thing. God, I tried to convince kids to read this when I was in grad school. I'm shocked. I'm shocked it's not a bestseller. Anyway, talk to you.